What's up, companions? So I just accidentally saw the name of this episode, which is Daughter of the Night. So this is going to get interesting. It was pretty much bound to pretty quickly because we're already halfway through the season, guys. This is going to be half of the season right here, with all the rest of them just waiting. I could watch them all right now. I could be finished with the show today. I'm going to do my best to not do that, though. That just doesn't seem satisfying. I've been waiting too long for this show to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch this episode and make myself edit it before I watch any more of them. I'm going to try and I'm shooting for release in I don't know, maybe one a week-ish for the next few weeks. I'm going to start getting really busy at work, though, so we'll see. But I am definitely planning on doing all of them in the long run. Uno is dead now. Uno's dead. And Rand's living with a woman named Celine. He killed that guy so he could get to Logain. Logain doesn't necessarily seem like he's going to be a ton of help, but we'll see. Nynaeve just came back from her accepted test, which obviously took too long. But she's been returned now. And Liandrin is involved in everything. And Perrin has escaped the Shanchan. But he needs to rescue Loyal and the Shienerans who have survived. I'd say that's about where we are. Oh, it's one of the old cities. Okay. Ooh. Oh, they aren't showing us who she is yet, huh? I can't wait for those of you who haven't read the books to see your reactions to this. She's a Damodred.
You look well, little sister.
As do you.
Huh?
Have some tea. Perhaps lunch. There's someone I need to meet this morning.
They're doing a lot of dealing with people's families that they didn't do in the books, but I think I can see why. Yeah, it looks good. She's got her acceptance dress on. If I'm being a real stickler about it, it's supposed to have the colors of the hem, too. But where are we now? So is Lan one of Alana's warders now? So they're at Alana's home, which is Kandor,
I've been Maxim busy.
if they haven't changed it.
The way water becomes ice. You look at it and wonder how it was ever water before.
Was she happier then?
Alana is a lot more involved in the early story right now. And she knows a lot more.
And the red-headed boy, he comes every day?
Is she on her way to see Logain?
Ran hasn't shown up to work today.
I
No.
don't know where he lives.
Really think I'll dance on your strings for a bottle of wine?
No. I know what you really want. What all those cut off from the one power desire most of all.
Something's
Cold, Moraine.
between us since she came back. Maybe a little, but no matter how much I want to help, I can't seem to.
This girl playing Elaine is great,
Stop trying.
especially since they just dropped her
You know
in.
what happened to her in there. Why do you feel like you have to fix it?
I feel like she's read some of the books.
She was there for me last year when I lost someone I love more than anything. And I only got through it because I had her to hold.
The keeper rules the tower when the Amelin is away. So, I speak with the Amelin every time I open my mouth.
Oh.
What is happening?
You know, if she falls, you'll fall with her.
Interesting. I hate what they're doing with Lyandrin. I hate her more this way than I did in the books.
Wolves don't get lost. You're the one leading us, not them.
So who's the wolf walking next to him?
Boy.
Hopper?
I am them. So are you.
Okay.
What are we? Wolf brother, they call us.
Wolf brother!
He said it! He said it! There it is! There it is!
One of our scouts spotted a buck. Send that vision to lead us to it.
How does it work?
Instinct. You'll learn what they mean, how to send them.
So this is how they're doing wolf visions!
For us. Is that why you didn't stay in the village?
That doesn't quite explain what happened in the
Could
village.
have helped.
No wolf could have seen that family get murdered inside their house, obviously.
What's his name?
He'll show you when he's ready.
I think we know what his name is.
White cloaks.
Elias eats cooked meat in the books.
He lost his mate too. He mourns her still.
They couldn't have given Perrin a wife so that him and the dog have a reason to be buddies, right? What's up, Hopper?
Hopper. That's his name.
Close enough.
I'm not gonna cry because he said the wolf's name out loud, guys. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna cry over a dog being in this show. God damn it.
We've already started making dinner.
I was wondering how they were gonna do the wolf talking. I guess this is less hokey than, you know, having voices. So if they're still bonded and she's got it masked, and in the last episode she definitely saw the power when or the first episode when the other sisters saved her, she saw the power because she thought she was about to use it for a second, and she shouldn't be able to see the power if she's been cut off, if she's been stilled.
Shame I didn't take the...
So I think she's just shielded.
I know that gets attention here, at least. You would have seen
But
her
it's with
every day
Sidene.
through these gates for work. Powerful, confident, arrogant, really. With eyes that could fix everything in its place.
Sounds a bit boring.
Don't talk about your
I wish
ex.
we could.
Unless, of course, the ex is the same
We
person.
used to joke about never coming back. Never gives you what you want. If you want something, you have to take it.
This music's like beautiful, but also creepy.
Most Aes Sedai refuse to set foot in this room ever again.
I hate this relationship.
Was any of it real? Who did you lose inside?
I want to skip this scene. That's how much I hate this relationship.
Truth is, we Aes Sedai are cursed too. The one power slows down our aging, and we have to sit and watch the people we love pass by. Instead, help us to stop it.
This is actually a really good point about Aes Sedai in general. I just don't like the source.
You are the one that you teach novices. I'm going to tell you something now, but I want you to give me your word. You won't do anything rash.
The tower has learned of some kind of invasion in the West. Nobody here cares.
Okay.
Especially since our spies report they haven't taken many prisoners, but in one of the reports, and a blacksmith from the Two Rivers.
Okay. Familiar plot lines stirring.
She'd never considered me an equal.
Of course not. We are not their equals, Lan. We're not supposed to be. And I said I can call down lightning, raise mountains. The triumph of the light over the dark. And is that after?
A pomegranate. To be fair, I think we've gotten one or two scenes where Alana wasn't eating fruit now.
Just as you did with yours. Now my son is going to marry the Queen, and nobody will ever spit on House Damadred again.
So this is why they had to make it a queen.
You've done well, little sister. But somehow, finally, I don't care what you think.
This is
I'm not
certainly
here for your
interesting.
approval. I'm here because you will not endanger what I've worked all my life to build.
I love this younger sister, older sister dynamic. Have they replaced like a Colivere with Moraine's sister to make it more interesting?
It must be nice for
Now
you
we're drinking Elaine's hooch again. Okay.
To know what you're going to be someday.
You know, the only thing I ever wonder about is what
Still
it's like
dying
to
at Elaine making hooch.
You don't have to come. I'm an accepted. I can leave the tower whenever I want, but if they catch you...
Well, that's not
I'll
true.
tell you.
You think I care about that?
Okay. Is it going to be just the two of them?
Perrin and Loyal, all right.
We'll have some time to come up with a plan.
This might finally scratch that itch on my back, guys. Oh, good.
I'm following you
Good.
closely.
Good.
Find out why you're sneaking out of the tower.
Go back. The engine's die. They didn't do anything wrong. You can blame me.
You are a complication.
I don't want to say it out loud.
I am sorry for this.
There we go. Finally. Oh, finally. Man, almost everybody on this show has a much darker backstory than they did in the books. Oh man,
Wonderful.
I should have known it was him.
No longer being a carnival attraction.
Is she asleep?
For some things, the dark is the only place to turn.
The deal's off. I won't. won't help you hurt anyone.
Lyandrin is communicating with Ishmael.
I won't let you hurt Matt.
Put it together.
You must.
What's in Kyrian?
This is an interesting story for men and motivation. Okay. I think the season might start speeding up right about here, guys. Not bad.
You said you love me.
Yeah, you shouldn't hide it. I did that once.
This is a little more.
You sold to him like a mirror, reflecting only what he wanted to see, leaving the rest of me in darkness.
I was really expecting a reveal there.
He's asleep.
Celine, who shall stand against her coming?
You guys starting to get it?
The shining wall shall be.
Blood is blood was,
There's something you should know, Ran.
and blood shall ever be.
I'm a monster too.
What do you mean?
There's a little more of a reveal. What?
You killed her.
I haven't. I couldn't. Because that is Lanfear, daughter of the night. The most dangerous of the Forsaken.
Her name is Celine.
Now we need to run.
So they've decided Lanfear wasn't scary enough, huh? Wow, that picked up. Jeez. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Boy, a lot happened right there at the end. Oh man. Okay. So Lanfear can't be killed through conventional means, it appears. Whatever. I mean, the idea that anybody was going to kill Lanfear with a knife is wild, which is kind of what made that so startling to me, that it would even be like a possibility. That was a surprise. Ninja Moiraine. But I'm starting to see the storylines kind of coming together here. I can finally say out loud that Celine is Lanfear. That's nice. That's nice. I've been trying really hard not to spoil that too, obviously. I think it's pretty obvious she wasn't super trustworthy. But yeah, she is a couple thousand-year-old stalker of Rand's soul. She was in love with his former life. And she still is very much in love with him. and she's one of the most powerful female channelers of all time. So yeah, she's very scary. She's very scary. And it seems like the show decided to make her even scarier. So I guess the Forsaken are going to have like powers outside of normal channeling powers. They're almost like Shadow Spawn themselves, it looks like. So interesting. I wonder if it's going to be like a Forsaken gets released per season or what. That would be them planning for like 8 seasons. If they're doing 7 Forsaken, isn't that what they said they're doing? All right, so shout outs. Let me think. Like I said, I'm enjoying the development of Elaine. I think they've stuck very true to the book interpretation of Elaine, and I like this actress. I think she's doing a good job. I can finally... Yeah, enough has been said in this episode. Lyandrin's talking to Ishmael. I mean, 1 + 1 = 2. Lyandrin's a dark friend. She came out of that freaking shadow, and I about lost my mind. Because she came out of the dark, and her red robes looked black. And so, inside... I don't know if I can say it or not. Oh, and Hopper. We got to meet Hopper. I cried about it. So we're actually getting some real Wolf Brother details now. They've gone a little more savage and a little, I'd say they've gone a little overkill on Elias's character being like, I'm a dog. Like, Elias in the books is very specific about, like, he doesn't hang out with other people, and there are very specific reasons for that. Other than a general dislike of people and liking wolves better. But, like, he does, make campfires and, like, cook food and stuff like that. But I'm not unhappy with what they've done with him. They're trying to make a point. They have to, they have to get out what, like, I'm taking from chapters and chapters and chapters and chapters of reading in like a couple of words and a look, So I think they're doing a good job with it. They can't possibly have given Perrin a wife just so that him and Hopper have something to connect over right away, right? I mean, the wolves have, in the books, all wolves have like an ancestral memory, essentially. So they can communicate memories to each other. That's kind of how they talk. They don't really talk. So there are points in the book where it says like, the wolf said this to Perrin, but then it explains like, though the wolf didn't really say it, it like communicated it through a combination of sense and images and... like wolves don't tell time, but they can show you where the sun was in the sky at X, at when something happened, because they pay attention to that, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think they've gone an interesting route with how they're showing Perrin's powers, because again, I was personally, as someone who loves these books and absolutely was excited for this show and has read these books over and over again, I wasn't sure how they'd do this. I wasn't sure how I would do it. If I were the director, if you gave me control of this show, I wasn't sure that I would know how to do it, which is a stunning admission, because I could tell you how to fix the economy, with no qualifications. I could tell you how to do a lot of things that I think, I know how we could do it. But I'm not sure that I could tell you how to put my favorite character's powers on the screen from my favorite book series, because it's complicated. It's really complicated. So I think what they've elected to do here is a good middle ground. They might not hit the exact powers or the exact experience that you're getting from reading about this stuff in the books, but they're at least making it communicate on screen to the viewers. And I have to remember that since everybody doesn't have all of my background knowledge, they're going to have to simplify a lot of it. You know, they're going to have to dumb it down, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, so that they can communicate it quickly enough on the screen that we don't lose people, and that we don't overcomplicate it, and we don't throw too many things at people in one episode. Because even, if you're reading and you like read a page and you're like, wait, I don't think I got that, just go back and reread it again, right? And at some point you're going to be like, oh, this is the part I didn't understand. A TV show, people are going to very rarely do that. And if they have to do it a lot, they're probably not going to like the show much. So yeah, it's just, again, it's a medium issue. I think they're dealing with it as well as they can. I'm interested to see where the storyline goes. If everyone's going to meet back up together or not. Otherwise, I think I've said about everything I want to say without getting into saying things that are too spoilery. All right, companions. Well, if you hung around to this point, good on you. And I'll see you next time.